I was sitting here reminiscing about this talk I had with a girl a few years back, and she was telling me how her boyfriend would put his hands on her. Of course, I was alarmed, I got defensive and protective. I'm like, yo, do you need shelter? Do you need help? You know what I mean? Do we need to call the cops or what? She said, no, a man only puts his hands on you when he loves you. She went on to say that a guy will only get that emotional whenever he has that level of emotion for you that he's trying to protect. Like if he give his heart to you, of course he's going to fight, literally fight, to protect it. But if a dude puts his hands on you, it's usually not to protect his heart. It's typically to control you. It's typically to remind you of your place. Like it's more than just physical abuse. It's an emotional tactic as well. Physical abuse goes so much further than just the marks that it will leave on your skin. I'm on the outside looking in and I could see that, you know what I mean? But a couple more things that should be on a zero tolerance policy. If a man ever tries to tear you down, like tells you that you're gonna be nothing, no tolerance for that, man. Cut them off. I understand how people can sometimes get in their emotions and choose words wrongfully, but there's never an emotion where a guy wants what's worse for you or wants to tear you down or tell you that you're nothing or, you know what I mean? Like totally take away from your hard work, whatever. Like that's another manipulative attack. That's more abuse. Like abuse should be on the zero tolerance policy above all. I think right up under that is whenever a dude would try your homegirl or your family member. If a dude would try your friend or your family member, that means he has absolutely no respect for you. Now it's bad enough if he cheats, but I can't put that on a zero tolerance policy because I've seen a lot of people come back from cheating both when a man cheats and when a woman cheats. But when it comes to cheating or trying to cheat with a close family member, there is no coming back from that. That was disrespectful. That was trifle on so many levels, and you need to let him go. The third thing that needs to be on a zero tolerance policy is a dude who steals from you. My mama always used to say, if you steal from me, you kill from me. Like it broke me a stealing a long time ago, but you know what? There's some truth to that shit. Maybe he won't physically kill you, but in his mind, as far as who you are to him, you being a queen, you being the light of his life, you being somebody he respects, looks up to, admires, wants to lift up, that shit is dead. That shit is, y'all future is already killed. Some of y'all will get stolen from and then lay down and have his babies. You couldn't even trust your belongings around him. How you gonna trust a whole life? And speaking of, trusting him with a whole life, the last thing that should be on every woman's zero tolerance policy list is a man who does not take care of his children. I don't know why y'all keep giving these dudes pussy, why y'all keep hanging for these dudes, riding for these dudes or whatever, and putting yourself in position to have their kids, more kids that he ain't gonna take care of. But any single parent out there knows how hard it is to do it alone. Not saying when you just single and don't have somebody to lay down with and hold you at night or whatever. I'm talking about really bearing all the responsibilities of a parent by yourself. And then you enable his habits when you know he's not taking care of his kids, when you know he's not putting in those phone calls or that FaceTime or trying to make any money so he can be a resource for the parent who does have the majority of the responsibility in raising that child. If I was a woman, that would be one of the last dudes that would ever get any play from me. The moment he told me he had a kid, he ain't seen him in such and such, which that may be reasons for that, but he ain't seen him, talked to him, reached out to him, tried to help, my pussy gonna get dry just from the thought of a child who's going without their father. Kind of like trying to fuck to some gospel music or one of them Feed the Children commercials. You already done fucked up the vibe just from the thought of something so sad as a child who should have their father, but you opting to come in and try to get in my walls. So let's get back to where we have a zero tolerance policy, even if it means that we have to be alone at night, even if it means that we have no one to lean on whenever shit gets hard. Like it's better than having a fuckboy in your presence that's going to set you up to fail in the end.